There are moments in sports that transcend the game itself. Moments that echo through the arena, reverberating beyond the hardwood, filling our minds with memories that refuse to fade. Yuki Kawamura's debut in the G League wasn't just a debut, it was an electrifying statement. A single night, a single game, and a young man with fire in his eyes, ready to set the world ablaze. The lights, the roaring crowd, the buzzer sounding, the anticipation was palpable. And then, the moment happened. Yuki Kawamura stepped onto the court for his very first G League game. The energy surged, the crowd's buzz turning into an insatiable roar. If you weren't there, you could feel the vibration of excitement ripple through your social media feeds, because something big was about to unfold. The ball was tipped, the clock started, and history was written. It wasn't supposed to happen like this, not this quickly, but it did. The first few minutes of the game passed like any other G League debut. Nervous jitters, quick adjustments, players sizing each other up. But then, Yuki Kawamura, this unassuming 5'10" guard from Japan, did something that left everyone breathless. As he stood at the perimeter, a G League veteran defending him, the crowd couldn't have known what was coming next. The ball found its way to his hands. In an instant, Kawamura's lightning-quick crossover left the defender stumbling backward, creating a path to the basket as smooth as silk. He was in the zone, his eyes locked on the rim with a steely focus that matched the ferocity of a lion on the hunt. With one fluid motion, Kawamura launched himself towards the basket, his body twisting mid-air to avoid a contest at the rim. He jammed the ball home, the sound of it echoing like a gunshot, the crowd erupting into sheer disbelief. How could a 5'10" rookie throw down a dunk like that? Did you see that? Are you kidding me? That's what fans screamed. That's what they tweeted about. That moment wasn't just a dunk. It was a statement, a declaration to the basketball world that Yuki Kawamura was not here to just play, he was here to dominate. But it wasn't just the dunk. Oh no, that was only the beginning. Kawamura wasn't playing like someone with a chip on his shoulder. He was playing like someone with a rocket strapped to his back. One play after another, Kawamura continued to shock the crowd. A behind-the-back pass to a cutting teammate, threading it through traffic like a surgeon. A steal at half-court followed by a blistering fast break. The way he moved, the way he saw the game unfolding in real time, it wasn't just skill, it was instinct. And instincts like that you don't teach, you're born with them. Now, let's break it down. You've heard the term playmaker thrown around a lot, but there's a difference between being a playmaker and being someone who creates plays. Kawamura didn't just make the right decisions, he made decisions that changed the course of the game. His court vision, unbelievable. His poise under pressure, like a seasoned vet. And the most impressive part? He didn't look like he was trying to impress anyone. He was just playing his game, and in doing so, he forced everyone to notice. He wasn't some undrafted prospect just happy to be there. No, this kid was playing like a future NBA star. Not in 3 or 5 years, but right now. His passing? Sublime. He had this ability to survey the entire court, calculating angles that no one else saw. Every pass seemed to have purpose, precision, and power. It was like watching a chess master, only instead of pawns and kings, the pieces were a basketball, defenders, and teammates moving in harmony. And it wasn't just about making the flashy passes. Kawamura's decision-making was perfectly timed. He hit his teammates in stride, setting them up for easy buckets. This wasn't rookie jitters, this was something more. And then, just when the defense thought they'd figured him out, Yuki Kawamura dropped another bomb. He lined up for a three-pointer, and you could see the defenders shifting into position. But before they could close in, Kawamura pulled off the impossible. A step-back three-pointer, the kind of shot you see from the NBA's best, and he nailed it. Ice in his veins. The arena erupted, the buzz intensifying with every step back. Yuki Kawamura had just hit a three that few expected, and even fewer could execute with such flair. Can you feel it? That electric energy? That's the magic of basketball, when a player steps onto the court and for a split second, time seems to stand still. Kawamura had that magic. Every move, every dribble, every second felt like it could break reality. His first game wasn't just about numbers. It was about creating a moment that could live forever in the minds of everyone who witnessed it. What's more, Kawamura wasn't just going up against G League rookies or players who weren't used to high-level competition. He was going toe-to-toe with seasoned pros, players who had fought their way through the ranks of basketball's minor leagues, players who had seen it all, and players who were now facing a rookie who acted like he belonged on the NBA stage. Talk about confidence. For a rookie, that's rare. Players who make that kind of immediate impact usually have a certain something about them, something that transcends basketball IQ and talent and skill. It's that aura, that undeniable it factor. Kawamura has it. His debut wasn't just good, it was legendary. No wonder scouts, coaches, and analysts were already sitting up, taking notes and asking the same question. Who is this kid? As the game went on, Kawamura wasn't slowing down. The more he played, the more the fans stood in awe. His shooting percentage was off the charts, his decision-making was impeccable, and his composure in the clutch was next level. Every move was a testament to hours of practice, hard work, and relentless dedication. Kawamura wasn't just showing up to the G League, he was showing the world what he was made of. And with each breathtaking play, Yuki Kawamura sent a clear message. He was here to change the game. He was more than just a player with potential. He was a player with purpose, ready to break through every barrier in his path. As the game neared its climax, Yuki Kawamura's name echoed through the arena like a battle cry. With every move, he wove a story of defiance, ambition, and raw talent. The clock ticked down, and the game was still in the balance. But it felt as though Kawamura was destined to seal his debut with one final earth-shaking play. The crowd's energy was palpable, as if the very air itself had been electrified by the spark Kawamura had ignited. They could sense it too, the moment was coming. With under 2 minutes left, his team was trailing by just a few points. This was it, the defining moment. It's these types of moments that can either make or break a player's career. This was no longer just about the game, this was about legacy. Kawamura, cool as ever, walked up to the top of the key, his eyes scanning the court like a hawk searching for its prey. He wasn't just playing basketball, he was playing chess with the defense. The opposing defender, a grizzled veteran, was trying to apply pressure, but Kawamura had already read his every move. He dribbled to his right, then in one fluid motion, faked a drive to the basket. The defender bid on the fake, and Kawamura had the open lane to pull up for yet another three-pointer. And just like that, with a flick of his wrist, the ball was in the air. It hung there for what felt like an eternity. The silence in the arena was deafening. Everyone watched as the ball sailed toward the basket, every fan's heart collectively holding its breath. Was it going in? Was this the shot that would define his first game? Swish. The crowd exploded. A perfect shot. A three-pointer that tied the game, that announced to everyone in the building and the world that Yuki Kawamura wasn't just here to play, he was here to win. He was here to make his mark. But even then, the game wasn't over. The final seconds were ticking away. Both teams were in full court pressure mode, scrambling for control, and the tension was palpable. But as the opponent pushed the ball up the floor, it was Kawamura who made the play that left jaws on the floor. In an instant, he slid into the passing lane, swiping the ball from the unsuspecting offensive player as if it were nothing. The crowd gasped. It was a steal, a momentum-shifting play, and suddenly, Kawamura had the ball in his hands once again. With only seconds left, he drove to the basket, drawing defenders like a magnet. He could have taken the shot, but instead, he passed it. A quick flick of the wrist, and the ball was in his teammate's hands, who effortlessly laid it in for the game-winning basket. The buzzer sounded. The game was over, and the arena went absolutely wild. What a debut! Yuki Kawamura, in his very first G League game, had not only proven himself to be an outstanding individual talent, but had also demonstrated his unselfishness and court awareness in a way that made his teammates look better. His final play, a steal followed by an assist for the game-winning shot, encapsulated everything Kawamura was about. An all-around player, a future star. But let's talk numbers. Kawamura finished the game with an impressive stat line that made even the most seasoned veterans take notice. 24 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, and 3 steals. And what about his shooting? He shot 9 of 15 from the field, including 4 of 6 from beyond the arc. Those numbers alone would be impressive for a veteran, let alone a rookie in his first G League game. His ability to impact the game on both ends of the floor, offensive efficiency, defensive tenacity, and playmaking ability was already NBA caliber. And yet, despite all these statistics, it was the intangibles that made his performance so special. His composure in the clutch, his ability to read the game, his unshakable confidence. He had it. You know that thing that every basketball fan, every scout, every analyst looks for in a player? The it factor? Yuki Kawamura had it in spades. As the buzzer sounded and his teammates mobbed him in celebration, one thing was clear. Kawamura's debut was more than just a moment in time. It was the beginning of something special. The basketball world had just witnessed the rise of a star, one who had the ability to shine on the biggest stages. So what's next for Yuki Kawamura? Will he continue to light up the G League and prove that his debut wasn't just a fluke? The answer is simple, absolutely. The way he played, the way he thought the game, it wasn't just a snapshot of his skill, it was a preview of his future. We are looking at someone who will undoubtedly make waves in the NBA someday soon. That's not just a prediction, that's a statement based on pure evidence. But here's the real kicker. Kawamura did it all with a smile. He was a player who embraced the game, who lived for the challenge, who thrived under pressure. His love for the sport was undeniable, and his passion was contagious. Every time he made a play, he wore that intensity like a badge of honor. As fans, as basketball enthusiasts, we live for moments like this. Moments that remind us why we watch the game. Why we invest our time, our energy, and our hearts into something that transcends wins and losses. Because it's in these moments, the electrifying, unexpected, magical moments, that the true beauty of basketball shines through. So, what can we take away from Kawamura's debut? Never underestimate the power of passion, the force of hard work, and the drive to prove that you belong. Yuki Kawamura didn't just step onto that court, he took it over. And in doing so, he reminded us all that the future of basketball is bright, bold, and filled with untold potential. Let's just say, this is only the beginning for Yuki Kawamura. Keep an eye on this one, folks, because this rookie's journey is only just starting.